Hi you guys! Thanks for visiting Mommy is My Favorite Cook, where we make healthy recipes that your kids will actually eat. Today I am gonna show you what to do with this thing. And if you don't know what this is a spaghetti squash. And no, we are not making spaghetti out of this squash. That's not tasty. I dislike that. I'm not endorsing that. But I'm going to show you something that you can make with this that is actually good. We're going to roast this bad boy with some chicken and some potatoes, some carrots, some celery, and some onions. We are not eating this raw. We are not spaghettiing this spaghetti squash. If you don't like spaghetti squash, like this video right now, because we're going to start a community of spaghetti squash haters. Yes, we are. But without further ado, let's get right into the recipe. But before we do that, make sure you like this video and subscribe. Also, click the little bell right down next to the subscribe button so you never miss another recipe with me. Let's go. Alright, you guys, so I want to show you how we cut the spaghetti squash. As you can see, there are seeds inside of the squash, just like a pumpkin. So all I did so far is just cut each of the ends off of the squash. And then I'm just going to cut it, well, I'm just going to peel it now. I use a knife. The potato peeler doesn't seem to work, and I'm going to have to stand. This is actually really hard and really dangerous, so you need to be careful and don't let your kids help you with this part. So I'm just gonna stand up and show you guys how I peel my squash. Let's see. There you go. Alright, so I just cut the sides off. These are nasty. You don't want to eat these. I did it before. I thought I could go ahead and just be lazy, and that was like a horrible idea, and I paid for it. So I just let it go down the sides. If you have a different way that you know of to cut this that's more effective, let me know down in the comments. As you can see, we're just getting it off. There's the sticker. We're going to get rid of that too.
Oh, can I have the sticker?
Yes, my son is here. He wants the sticker. Here you go.
Thank you, Mom.
It's the little things. Alright, you guys, so I'm just going to finish peeling this, and then I'll show you what we do next. As you can see, we have peeled the spaghetti squash. And there's a big hole inside of it full of seeds. There they are. Now I have my garbage bowl here, just like Rachel Ray. She always has a garbage bowl. So do I. Most of the time. So what we're going to do is just cut the spaghetti squash in half. Now, if I was using only half of this, I would have not peeled the whole thing and did this earlier and scraped out the insides. But I'm going to use the entire thing. So here's what it looks like. So if you wanted to save this, you would just cut it in half, then peel it. Put the half you didn't peel in the fridge and use it later. And it lasts really long in your refrigerator. So here's my garbage bowl. And I'm just going to scoop out the insides into my bowl just like a pumpkin. And it comes out really easy. This is the part where people like to make the spaghetti squash into spaghetti, and they use a fork and they like scrape, after they take the seeds out, they scrape it into spaghetti slices, spaghetti strings. We're not doing that. All right, and get all the insides out. And then I'm gonna show you guys. You see, we had such a big old spaghetti squash. Now there's like not much left to it. And you could even cook these seeds in the oven just like pumpkin seeds. So it's really,
pumpkin seeds.
Junior loves pumpkin seeds. He's in here with me. Junior, you can come over here, sweetheart.
Okay. Can you come up with it?
Yeah. So you could make pumpkin seeds. That's another perk. And these are only like $1. So why not use them? And they're so delicious roasted. They're so good roasted. They get really sweet. Yeah, just like pumpkin. Everybody likes them when I roast them. And I put them in rice too.
No.
All right, so there we go. I'm going to do the other half and then I'm going to show you what to do next. All right, so as you can see, I just diced up the spaghetti squash into little squares. And then I cut 3 russet potatoes. I also peeled them. Cut them all about the same shape. And then I have a couple carrots, 1 celery stick, and half of a yellow onion. This is all in a baking dish. All right, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. All right, so I showed you our vegetables. We have all of them in a baking dish. Now we're just going to season the vegetables with 3 different spices. That's going to be very, very easy. So the first spice we're going to use is going to be paprika. We're just going to season all of these vegetables. We're going to season the squash, the potatoes, and the carrots, the celery, and the onions. Then we're going to use some sea salt. This is pink sea salt because that's what I have. I like using sea salt instead of regular iodized salt. And then we're just going to use some pepper. Now the onion that we diced, the half an onion, is going to give this a lot of flavor. Alright, we don't want too much pepper. And then I wanted to show you guys our chicken. I got this on sale. This is cage-free chicken. I always sneeze when I use pepper. Sorry. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, but I'll try not to. Cage-free chicken raised. No antibiotics. This is from Aldi's and I got it on sale. I saved $3. I think it's because it was frozen. But I just bought this Saturday. So it's fine. Today is Monday. So I'm just going to cut the plastic off. And this is how many pounds? 1.21 pounds. This would have typically been $5. I saved $3 on it. These are chicken tenderloins. They're just chicken breasts, but they're cut up into skinny little strips. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to stir up the, here, let me grab my spoon. Sorry guys for my reach. I'm going to stir up the vegetables. I know they look cute when they're all separated, but they taste better when you mix them together. And right now would be a good time to add a tablespoon of olive oil, which I'll include that in the instructions, but I don't have any olive oil right now. So that just goes to show you that you can still make a recipe even though you're missing one of the ingredients. It's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. You don't have to not make it because you don't have it. You could add butter. You could add vegetable oil. Or like me, I'm a health freak. And I know that this is a great pan. So I'm not going to add anything. This pan has little ripples in it so that the food doesn't stick. We're just going to put the chicken right on top of this. And then we can separate the chicken out a bit. Now the juices from the chicken are going to go down into the vegetables. I've done this before with chicken thighs. Oh, it's better. It's really good because chicken thighs have a lot of fat. But this is a really, really, really healthy recipe today. So we're going to cook this really long so you don't have to worry about the raw chicken being on top of the vegetables because it's all going to cook completely through. So don't worry about that. Now I'm going to wash my hands and then I'm going to season this. I don't want to touch my seasoning with chicken hands. Now we'll just do the same exact seasoning over the tops of our chicken. The sea salt, the paprika. Paprika is so good on chicken. When I discovered it, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I had paprika all this time and wasn't using it on my chicken. I was only using it on my potatoes. It's so good when you sear it on chicken. It's really delicious. All right, you guys, so we're just going to cover our veggies and our chicken with aluminum foil and throw this in the oven on 350 degrees for 45 minutes. All right, we'll be back with the finished chicken. All right, you guys, so the food is done. The timer has rang, so let's check on our chicken, our squash, our potatoes, our carrots, our onions, and our celery. Let's see how it looks. Ooh. Beautiful.
Oh, find me. Mom, find me.
All right, time to taste it. Ooh. It's hard to cut with one hand, but I can do it. Some chicken. Oh, the chicken is just falling apart. See that? Oh, I don't know if you can see. It's hard to cut it this way. There we go. Some chicken. And we'll try some squash. Get the focus. All right, let's see if it's good. And now with my potatoes and my carrots, I usually use sour cream. I just love it. I also use plain Greek yogurt instead of sour cream because it's healthier for you. Sour cream isn't really healthy. Or you can use light sour cream. It tastes the same. It's just a little bit thinner. Oh my god. So good. Wow, it's really, 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 really good. Like all my recipes, make this recipe your own. You could use any type of root vegetables. You could use sweet potatoes, which I totally love sweet potatoes. You could use like yuca. You could use, I'm trying to think of other root vegetables right now. There's other types of squash. There's tons. There's so many varieties. Different kinds of potatoes. You could use red potatoes. That would be really good. But definitely make this recipe your own. Let me know in the comments if you try this and how you liked it. Just remember, use aluminum foil. Seal it really tight so your vegetables get done. If you like your vegetables really, really soft, I would cook it for about an hour instead of 45 minutes. That's the only other tip that I would have for this recipe. Serve it with Greek yogurt or sour cream or anything else you like. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up like always and subscribe. Make sure you click the little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notifications and never miss another recipe with me. Alright guys, bye now.